This is a Dude Studios production. And hey, I'm the dude.
Hey bartender, pass me a drink. A reason that I'm here is I need time to think.
Welcome back to Hey Bartender Podcast. I am your bartender for the evening. My name's Anthony, or you can call me Dude. I'm completely cool with that. How's everybody doing tonight? This is the Wednesday night quick shot episode. So let's get things started with the quick shot drink. This drink I pulled off the internet, a website called Seduction in the Kitchen. This one's called Santa's Panties, and they said this. They say Santa's Panties is a fun Christmas shot. It's a layered shot and will be a signature drink of your holiday party. This is a rum chata shot recipe, and so hopefully you're prepared for that. Ingredients include 1 ounce grenadine, 1/4 ounce Kahlua, 1/2 ounce rum chata. How you make it? You take a tall shot glass, or maybe, just a tall shot glass. You know those big ones that you see that are probably equal up to 2 shots. First, add the grenadine, put that on the bottom. Then, depending on your layering skills, you use a spoon, or you just pour it down the side of the chimney or something like that. Pour a thin line of Kahlua right on top of that. Then next, layer the rest with rum chata and serve it. I'll put a picture of this on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be impressed with the way it looks, and if you can pull it off, impress your friends. Once again, that comes from seductioninthekitchen.com. They actually admitted they kind of tweaked the recipe a little bit from this Tipsy Bartender. But, I'll forgive him for that. Tipsy Bartender, you're on your own. I think his version actually is he puts like whipped cream on top of it, maybe a couple shavings of white chocolate, and maybe a peppermint stick or something like that. But, how you garnish it, how you serve it, that's your business. It's your bar. What are you going to do? Well, people, it is the Christmas season. Has anybody gotten their holiday shopping done? I know I have not. I've been searching around Amazon. I've been searching around the stores. I cannot think of a damn thing for anybody in my family or friends circle. It's just really hard to do nowadays because I've been working my day job. I'm not a podcaster, bartender all the time. I wish I could be. But, I've been sitting on Amazon trying to figure out, my niece is a 13-year-old girl who's really on her way to being a pop culture junkie, like her uncle, like her mother, like her father, probably more like her mother and father. But she's also a little bit difficult to shop for, not to mention my parents and my sister. Well, everybody in my life is really difficult to shop for. So, I've been busy doing that sort of thing. But Christmas season, hopefully you guys, some of you guys that are working right now, are able to make some money and get some really cool stuff for your friends, family, or kids. And, sometimes the customers are really, your regulars at least, are really generous around this time of year because they want to give you some kind of gift. You didn't make the list of the people that they needed to buy a gift for, but they want to do something nice for you. And remember to be completely thankful for them for doing that for you. Of course, this is the time of year where a lot of restaurant servers and bartenders, fast food workers, a lot of the insults and stuff on us is actually taken off on us and given to the retail people. The retail people are probably getting the shit beaten out of them right now because like the new PlayStation, they've maybe limited it to 3 per store at this point, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, if you don't have the merchandise to sell, why advertise it? I heard one of the stores out there, they said they put it on their ad in the newspaper or on their website or something like that, and they said limit 3, and I thought, well, limit 3 per customer, sure, because some of the customers are going to put them on eBay. Then it said per store. And I thought, are you absolutely kidding? People will kill each other. And I was right. Well, didn't kill each other, but I'm pretty sure there was a black eye or something like that. because people going batshit crazy and fighting over things like that. And I'm sure maybe some of the people in line were there just to get that perfect Christmas gift for their kid. But unfortunately, the first 3 people that got it either went into their entertainment system or it went on eBay for 20 times the regular price. Being a bartender or server, though, shopping during the holidays, if you want to get your shopping done, you're already awake. I mean, I used to get off work at 3 o'clock in the morning and, one Black Friday in particular, my girl I was dating at the time, she said she really wanted to go to Best Buy and get her hands on a laptop that was dirt frickin' cheap. And I said, you do realize it's Black Friday, right? And she goes, yeah, but I really want to go get it. And I said, all right, that's fine. As soon as I get off work, I'll come by your place, I'll wake you up, and we'll jump in my car and we'll go to Best Buy. And she's like, okay, cool. So as soon as I got off work, got her out of bed, she got herself a cup of coffee. She was like, okay, cool, let's go. And I was fully prepared to just stand in line being cold. You know, I brought supplies with me, a cup of coffee for myself, and a warm jacket. And as soon as we pulled up to Best Buy, the line was around the mall. And now this was not your regular mall. This was like dirt mall. You know, you've all seen mall rats. You know what a dirt mall is. And the line circled around the mall just to get into Best Buy at 4 o'clock in the morning. And she looked at that line and went, oh my God, no, we are not doing that. And I said, thank you. All right. So we turned around. I thought about taking her out to breakfast, but it was really early in the morning. She had already been to sleep, but I hadn't. But so we just went home. We maybe putzed around for a little bit, but eventually she went to sleep and took a nap for a couple more minutes before she had to go to work, and I just went to bed. So, but there is that handy thing about working late nights because you're the last one to go to sleep, and you're not that person sitting in a tent waiting to get the new video game or get the new or brand new big ass TV or something like that. Because, you know, like, let's admit it, most people go to Black Friday sales. They're not buying to get ahead on their holiday shopping. God, no. I mean, if that was the case, the PlayStation would have been available back after Thanksgiving and not in middle of December. And they would have made more than 150 of them. I mean, do the math here. However, during the holiday season, yes, we do make a couple extra bucks. We end up hosting holiday parties for companies, holiday parties for families, and you know those can be kind of fun because you know you see like these office parties, they go in there and none of them see each other drunk all year on a normal basis. But then all of a sudden they get a little weird and all of a sudden they run up to their boss and say, let me tell you about the TPS reports. Yeah, I watched Mandalorian. He mentioned TPS reports. And plus I love the movie Office Space. That's the reason why I brought it up. But there's something cool about being the only sober person in the room during a Christmas or New Year's Eve party. Because, you know, back in my day when I was bartending, I could only wish I had a cell phone with a camera on it. They were too expensive for me at the time. But now you can't buy a cell phone without one, obviously, since people are trying to get TikTok famous. And, well, does anybody try to put controversial videos on YouTube anymore? I think it all goes to TikTok, pretty much. Anyway, you know, I would have had a lot of great footage, a lot great pictures, nothing really where I could extort money from the companies, but something to hand over to one of the guys that was a designated driver and say, here, what's your email address? I'm going to send you something. And then let him have all the fun. It would have been great. Now, I'm not trying to drop ideas to you bartenders and servers, but the banquet bartenders and servers, keep your phones out. Keep them handy. Even though your boss will probably yell at you for having your phone in your pocket while you're out serving on the floor, keep it handy. You might come up with some comedy gold or TikTok famous or whatever. Just remember, there's a strong chance you can get sued if it goes viral. But check this out. Now, this was the time of year Christmas, where I started to really enjoy my job. I mean, for some reason, the Christmas season put a lot of people in a good mood. Some people in a real shitty mood. Yeah, okay, get the seasonal depression, holiday depression, whatever. But but you have a chance to try to make people laugh, and it's a little bit easier this time of year because some people are, nerves a little frazzled. They have to get the numbers in at work before the end of the year, or people are meeting other people for the first time, and everybody's smiling and laughing when they come into your bar. And I mean, look around next time you're in your bar and compare it to a day in the summer and when it's hot and sticky out. But usually it was the groovy time when whoever I was working for at the time would throw some little Christmas gesture at us, a small Christmas party, close down the bar for one night and let us come into the bar. They'd cater it, or sometimes the boss would make the food themselves, and we pretty much had full run of the bar, or at least two of the guys did in one of the places I worked. First restaurant I worked at, I was a dishwasher. Now, I absolutely hated that job because it seemed like that the dishes never ended. They just kept coming and coming and coming. And then when the dishes did end, everybody went home. And, there was no traffic on the street anymore. And I was tired. I was sweaty. You get that weird sticky food. Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, well, this was at a restaurant, chain restaurant that I was working at in Seattle. I won't say their name just in case they're still around, but I hated that place. But the servers were very generous to me because they were flipping me $1 or $2 extra bucks as a tip. And boy, was I grateful because I was a starving college student, vocational school student. And they could tell that the constant barrage of dishes flying at me was getting to me. So they'd throw me a couple extra bucks. But the fun part, that was the Christmas party. They shut down the restaurant early. They still had the restaurant open, but they shut down early. The cooks and some of the servers all came down into the kitchen and started grabbing plates and helping me out because they said, "Hurry up, man. We got a Christmas party going. Hurry, hurry, hurry." And they started grabbing plates, washing them, and helping me stack and put them away. They were so awesome that night. And I mean, they totally could have forgotten about me and gone upstairs and to the bar and started drinking and having a good time. But no, they didn't. And that night, the chief cook made food for everybody, and everybody was, we had full rain on one of the taps, and they broke out a couple bottles of Rumpelmans for us to do shots together. Well, I really didn't do any drinking because I was kind of 19 at the time, and I only had one beer, but I threw it down as fast as I could because I was basically dared to. Now, I'm not encouraging underage drinking, but not discouraging it either. But that was fun. I mean, just it was really, it made me feel awesome that everybody was like, "We're about to have a party. Get your ass up here. If we're going to help you out so you can join the festivities with everybody else." Those guys were all really cool. And it's honestly the first time I've thought about it since I worked at that restaurant in Seattle. And and all of a sudden that good feeling comes back to me. Later on, I was a banquet bartender, and Christmas kind of came and went. But because there wasn't really a lot of things going on. There were Christmas parties going on, and but most of the people were just concentrating on themselves, and the businesses would have an open bar. People could drink whatever they wanted, and people would come in looking nice, looking respectful, and come out wearing Christmas decorations that they pulled off the tree for decoration. Unfortunately for me, since I was working for tips along with my hourly wage, since it's open bars for banquet bartending, you don't make a lot of money when it's open bar. I mean, they do charge an extra 15% or something like that. 15%, and split it up between all the servers and the bartender. But you feel good when you're a bartender and you walk out of the place with a little bit of cash in your pocket. Come on. But, I sit back and think of it now. The servers didn't ever get that. They didn't go from table to table and find a couple bucks left by the people sitting at the tables. So, it's only fair. But it's pretty much all the Christmas parties were pretty mellow that I had to be the bartender for. And people would come up and just get simple one or two because they didn't want to make an ass of themselves. They were saving that for New Year's. The next bar I worked at, the Christmas party, I've had better, but it was one of those things where we just kind of joined up. Christmas Eve, I often wondered why the hell Christmas Eve, but that was the owner's family's tradition to celebrate Christmas Eve with friends, and then Christmas Day was for family. So to celebrate with their coworkers, we all got together on Christmas Eve, and they pretty much gave us full reign of the bar. I really didn't take much advantage of it. Other people, just their usual drinks. My friend Shannon had her glass of wine, and I made what was a specialty of mine, a chocolate milkshake, which pretty much consisted with vodka, dark cream de cocoa, and milkshake, chocolate milkshake. It's chocolate milkshake with vodka and dark cream de cocoa. I maybe should have used rum. Too little, too late. But one girl asked me for that, and we all just basically stood around and talked to each other. We gave gifts to our manager, and we also had to do the whole gift swap thing, where you have all the gifts lined up on the table. One person comes up, takes one, and then the next person has the option to steal the one that the person just took or take another one from the table. And I've always hated that game. I don't care. It's almost ruthless, and because that's a bigger box, or that has a more interesting sound to it. And then you open it up. Yeah, it has an interesting sound because it's full of gravel and has 4 lottery tickets in it. But you never know, with the lottery tickets, you might win something big. So might be a bright side. Of course, if you don't win, it sucked. But, it was just another opportunity for all of us to kick back and relax a little bit around each other, because when we're behind the bar, we kind of just, it's mostly business. Sure, we joke around with each other behind the bar, but to sit back and relax with your coworkers is kind of nice once in a while. I mean, to me it was. That was kind of where the late nights going to Denny's with the other bartenders from around town feeling. We just all get up, go over there, we share stories, we joke around a little bit, and just talk. It was kind of mellow, kind of fun. But pretty much from that Christmas on is where I became friends with Shannon. That was the first year she and I worked together, and she and I had become pretty good friends. And after the Christmas party, she asked me if I was doing anything, and I said, actually, no, we don't have anything going on with the family until tomorrow. And she said, well, come over to my place and hang out. And so on Christmas Eve, her kids went over to her ex-husband's house. That was the family tradition. And then on Christmas Day, she would get the kids. So Christmas Eve, that was her opportunity to wrap all the presents, make them look good, and stick them and get them ready to be stuck under the tree, because the kids really hated it if they saw any gifts whatsoever underneath the tree before Christmas. But it was a good time, bonding time for Shannon and I. Since she and I worked together quite a bit, we were already good friends, but we just enjoyed each other's company enough where she invited me over to her house, which she had lots of friends. She could have invited anybody, but that pretty much she was friends with that whole town. But she invited me over. She drank wine. I just kind of chilled out, and we watched a movie while she frantically wrapped all the gifts. And it was a good time because you're spending time with your friends. That's what the holiday is all about. And so that kind of became somewhat of a tradition after that, if I was available, because after, a couple of years after that, I was all of a sudden working at the newspaper, and you never got any holidays off at the newspaper. The newspaper had to be out no matter what. So, that tradition kind of went by the wayside after a little while, but I did what I could to hang out with my friend. But come a year or two after that, I'm not sure how long it took, all of a sudden I was heavily into the whole Christmas thing. I was feeling good about myself. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I finally got off my ass, got my own apartment, moved out of my parents' place, and this was in my early 20s. And I was out on my own. And all of a sudden, for some reason, I really got into the whole Christmas thing. It wasn't just, what do I get for my immediate family? It's just, I want to get something for Shannon. I want to get something for Barb. I want to get something for their kids. I want to get something for Will and my old high school friend Jeff. I just was going on a Christmas frenzy, which wasn't normal for me at the time. And being a bartender, when you're giving gifts to friends, I don't know if they expect it. Probably they don't expect it. But for specific friends like my friend Jeff and his wife, I gave them bottles of liquor. And for Jeff, I'd give him some kind of scotch or whiskey or something like that. And for his wife, I'd give her some kind of liqueur or flavored liquor, flavored vodka, not a sexist type of thing. I really didn't know what she was into, so I just kind of guessed. And which also comes up with the funny story. I gave her a bottle of Tequila Rose for Christmas one year, and she must have been drinking or something like that while we weren't looking, because all of a sudden she was giggling and laughing at every damn thing. And Jeff and I talked about it a couple days later, and he was just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was sneaking a few shots when we weren't looking. So that was funny, though, just to see her just all of a sudden start giggling and actually thinking Jeff and I are funny instead of annoying. That was cool. But also, I started making, I told you about this at the last Christmas episode, that I started burning CDs with Christmas music on it, and started giving them away to my favorite customers. The first year I did it, it was just mostly friends and a few favorite customers. And I did it for maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 years straight. And all of a sudden I realized I was making like 40 CDs. And by that time I was already running out of ideas for Christmas music, because the idea of the first CD was just my favorite Christmas songs. And then it became, okay, who's got a Christmas song? Please. But fun thing about that is that none of my friends ever expected it or encouraged it or anything like that. Some of my friends got a gift certificate, some like something generic that they can enjoy with their family. Like I gave Barb and her family a board game one year, and Shannon, I gave her something like a bottle of wine, and another friend of mine, I gave her a gift certificate to an adult novelty store just for fun. It was, and just because I thought it would be funny, and it was. But just the whole idea of the Christmas party is kind of fun, and it's a lot of fun when you can hang out with your restaurant people, because you all get to sit back and relax. You're not wearing uniforms, hopefully, and you're dressed nice, and you get to be not necessarily customer, but you get to sit at the table and relax for a change. and you get to be around people that you know. And of course, and most of the time, not all the time, all of the restaurant workers are all good friends because we all fight the battle together and we all like being around each other. And if we don't like being around each other, odds are we didn't make it till Christmas that year. But being a single guy, perpetually single, seems like always during the holidays in that situation like that. I usually came in by myself, and it didn't really bother me that, everybody else, they've got their boyfriend, husbands, girlfriends, wives there, maybe their kids are even there. It didn't really bother me because we all getting along. And in some cases, some of the husbands come up, oh, you're Anthony. You're the guy that she keeps coming home and saying all these goofy things about. Is it true that you actually said, when a guy asked you if you want to step outside, you said, no, thanks, I don't need a blowjob right now? And I go, yeah, that was me. And, it's almost like they're talking to me as if I'm a myth or a legend. And so, I'm like, oh, okay, people do talk about me when I'm not around. Good to know. But as of right now, I think this episode's going to be uploaded on the 19th of December. As of right now, either you've had your Christmas party or it's coming your way, or maybe your boss isn't going to have one. Just remember, enjoy yourself, and banquet bartenders and servers, keep your phones handy so you can have something fun to think about a little bit later. Because there's, especially when it comes to New Year's Eve, because there's going to be somebody dancing on the table by themselves or something like that. Company Christmas parties can be fun, and blackmail is most of the time even funner. Anyway, so I think we're going to call it good for this quick shot episode. Much appreciated for you guys listening. I am so close to reaching my goal. For 10,000 listeners by the end of the year. Please help me out. I want to be able to say I did it. That's the only reason. There's no monetary value or anything like it. I set a goal for this year and I want to hit it. So please tell your friends, tell the person that's serving you at the table, hey, have you ever heard of Hey Bartender Podcast? Let people know. Spread the word. The dude needs your help. And also remember, head on over to www.heybartenderpodcast.com, where as of right now, until the end of the year, until January 1st, 2021, I am selling all of the Hey Bartender Podcast merchandise 30% off. That anything you put into the cart will be automatically 30% off. There's no codes. There's nothing like that. So there's no way you're going to accidentally forget. You will get automatically 30% off any purchase at www.heybartenderpodcast.com. And remember to follow me on Facebook. It's heybartenderpodcast.com, Instagram, heybartenderpodcast.com, and drop me a message sometime. You can either contact me on social media, or you can contact me on at my email address, dude@heybartenderpodcast.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hear some stories, drink ideas. If you have some music that you'd love to get out there, I am more than willing to help. And if you even want to be on the show, all you have to do is ask. I love having guests on the show. It's sit and BS about being a bartender or server, or even using bartending and serving as a springboard for something else in your life. Because, some people just are thankful this year that they have a job as a bartender or server if COVID hasn't shut them down. And so they can also concentrate on going to school or taking care of their kids or something like that. And, it's been a rough year for all of us, but the Christmas season's coming up, or the Christmas day is coming up, I should say. And you're going to have your chance to be with your family. Well, if you're quarantined, remember, there's lots of ways to be able to contact your family, whether you go low tech and use your phone, or you go high tech and use Zoom. That's totally up to you. Just remember to call your family and call your friends, tell them Merry Christmas, And, get the list going right now. People that you absolutely need to call just to say Merry Christmas to. That's all you have to do. And, start down the list. Most of us are busy on Christmas Day, so you might go to their voicemail or just send a quick text. Yeah. Just encouraging everybody to be good to each other. But until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, Hey Bartender Podcast. Quick shot episodes are Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the big episodes where I include a musical guest is on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can listen to them whenever you want, but the new episodes always air on Wednesday and Saturdays at 7 p.m. I said airs. Maybe I should have said posted because maybe I think I'm a radio show host or something like that. I don't know. But as usual, everybody, I just got to wish you all lots of love, lots of sex, lots of happiness. And remember, don't take any shit from anyone. Good night.
What do you mean it's last call? I just got here.